You know you've become a real superstar, a legend, when people know you by your first name. In other words, they can just say your first name and they know who you are. They don't have to say your last name. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, when people say Marvin. I've been really trying, baby. When people say Sam.
Twisting the night away.
Sammy. Jackie. Otis.
I love you with all my heart.
And I can't forget my main man, Lionel. But then every once in a while, there's some joker that just comes out of nowhere. A guy named Joe Leavy. A guy named Joe Leavy.
Started singing, I guess, early on. Me and my cousin Andrew used to love music back in the day. In high school, I started doing a little bit of working with bands and that kind of thing, and it kind of progressed to going overseas and touring with my cousins and good friends. And from there, it just kind of led to loving the sound of music and writing and enjoying singing and that kind of thing. And then I just quit, and my life happened. My wife and my kids and trying to pay the bills, you know, everything that goes down in regular life just kind of took over. And as I got older and started realizing that I really wasn't happy with my life, not the fact that I wasn't happy with my wife and my kids, but just internally something was missing, and that something was really music. And so I began to write again, and I sent some music to a very world-famous independent superstar by the name of J. King, who contacted me and told me that he liked my music and he thought that I had something special and that I could possibly have a career in this business even at the age that I am. So I started believing in that and started writing again, and I ended up listening to Jay and working with him, and he introduced me to one of the most phenomenal young producers that I've ever known, Mr. Derek Allen.
You know, he's an OG, you know, trying to really bring back urban AC music. I think fits him well as an artist. I mean, he's a balladeer, he sings about love, and that's what we need now. So I'm really, really excited about, you know, Joe Leavy as the artist.
And in turn, he introduced me to another phenomenal producer, Mr. Joe Archie.
I had the pleasure of meeting Joe at a tribute show that we were doing for Robert Brookins. He sent me this record that they were working on, and I instantly was like, wow, he's dope. So I am fortunate to be a part of this team, and just looking forward to, you know, seeing how everything ends up being. But it's going to be some amazing music.
And so here I am with a phenomenal record. And that's got a lot to do with J. King and the J. King Network, and working with D and working with Joe. And so we're putting together something I think is phenomenal. And so that's kind of how I got where I'm at. Just trial and error. I worked in Japan for like 10 years and met my beautiful wife, Masami. And we had 2 beautiful sons and my older daughter, who's one of the loves of my life. And here we are, the Leavys. We Go Up. That's a song that the music is written by Derek Allen.
Wow, you know, you had kind of 2 in 1. You had the songwriter, then this artist. I mean, a guy who could pretty much write songs for anybody in the world, but who decides to do these songs that he's writing for himself. I mean, it's a win-win combination. I mean, if you looked at the history of soul music, most artists that are really, you know, successful and legends, they started off as songwriters. So I said, man, this guy is headed down that same path. And so I was excited to just be a part of the project and work with Joe Leavy.
D.O.A. Allen, my saving gladiator on the music tip, and he sent me that track, and immediately that song came to me. And it's really about relationships. You know, no relationship is perfect. The people in the relationship are never perfect, but in my situation, you know, my relationship is perfect for me. So that's kind of where that song came from, because every relationship goes up, it goes down. That's really what keeps you grounded, when you can really hang together with somebody and make it through those hard times. And so me and my missus have made it through those times, and this kind of song is like a celebration of that.
With my heart, body, and soul, giving you a real love.
Real Love is a song written by my good friend Steve Heineman from Japan, who we worked together in Japan when I first got there, the second time, when I first got to Kobe. And Steve is a great musician, songwriter, jazz musician, trumpet player, keyboard player. And we met because he heard me sing and he asked me to come on and record. And that was the first song that we did together. It was Real Love. We actually did two, Real Love and Keep On Loving Me. We did the song then, and it's kind of stuck in my mind. And I talked to Steve and told him I was doing this record. And he was like, well, man, what do you think? And I said, well, I want to do that song. And he was like, man, go right ahead, please do, put her out there. So to Steve, his songs are like kids. And so he's glad to have it out there, and I'm glad to be able to do it for him. So, Steve, we're going to make this happen. Let me just say a little bit about my team. First off, I got to give, big respect to Jay King, because he actually, made me really feel like I could do this. And then my boy Earl Foster, who's been amazing to me, my closest friend and confidant and mentor for 20 years. But because we're so close, he always tells me that I can do it. But he's a personal friend, and you never really think your friends are being honest with you, But anyway, when Jay, who is an amazing artist and an amazing music industry professional, told me that I had what it took, I really started to believe it. So, gotta say love to him. Gotta say love to Big DOA, Derek Allen, Joe Archie, JK Network, Moms and Pops, who've been there for me, and my baby brother Kevin, who is my dog from cradle to the grave. So that's my support team, and that's who I'm going to be riding with until we get this thing done, for sure.
There's something I need to tell you. I can't get you off of my mind. There's just something about you. You're like a sweet, soft surprise. Your smile gets me high. You take my breath away. My mind is open wide. What more can I say? I heart you.